Hey everybody, this is Energy Drop, and today I'm going to be starting a video series on Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, doing a challenge run called the Point Buy System. This is a challenge run that I made that takes the units in the game, associates a deployment cost for them, and kind of changes the way that you have to think about what units to field, what units to build in this game, and create a way to replay this game that's already so awesome in ways that you probably haven't played it before. So I made this system just based on another replay through this game, which I've played through so many times, where if you've ever played through Radiant Dawn before, you know that some units are basically so powerful that they can't be ignored. They're just too good to leave behind. So in the later parts of the game, pretty much every run starts to look the same. You'll take the strongest units, or the units that don't take any investment and are insanely powerful, like Screamer here, for example, and just bulldoze the game. Basically, no difficulty. There's really no uniqueness to your army composition by the time the game is over, if you're really trying to play it optimally. So I decided to create this challenge run format where every unit in the game has an associated cost, and in any given map, you have to budget the units that you choose and deploy based on the deploy limit of that map. So, say for instance, a map lets you deploy 11 units, and you have a couple units that cost 3, a couple units that cost 2. Well, you're not going to be able to field 11 full units. So basically, this system comes from other RPGs that have like similar systems. I've put units from Radiant Dawn in a tier list, give them costs associated with, their utility or how their availability is throughout the game, or what they bring to an army, how strong that they are with or without investment, and kind of just try to transform the way that you play this game. So basically, how the system works is you're trying to balance a number of high-cost units and low-cost units. Low-cost units are usually units with lower ceilings or with a really high investment needed before they have impact, whereas high-tier units are either like really good out of the box or become broken with very little investment, things like that. So you kind of have to be smart as you're going through your playthrough and build your army based on, if I invest this much amount into this unit, and he's going to be this good, well, that's worth it because he's only going to use, say 1 or 1.5 deployment cost. So I'll just go through kind of each of these tiers right here. I've got them covered up right now. Just kind of go from top to bottom right here and explain kind of my methodology of each of these separate brackets. And yeah, this is a list that I made on my own. It's definitely not something that's perfect. I've played through this game quite a number of times, but I don't know every little thing about it. I'm definitely no expert when it comes to, say, hard mode, which is the mode that we'll be playing this game on. So this list might have some mistakes. You might disagree with where some of these units are placed, whether they should or should not be banned, whether they should be, a point cost 2 or a 2.5 or whatever. But hopefully as we go on, if we need to, we can refine this list, or maybe we can improve on it in some way throughout this video series. But I just wanted to create a fun way, mostly for myself, to play this game again in a different lens, rather than just choosing the strongest units or my particular favorite units. So I'll go ahead and start up with the units that are banned. If you've ever played this game before, I don't think that any of these are really going to come to you as a surprise. All of the Beast Kings or Beast Lords are up here, as well as some really strong Bjork units like Har and Shinon. Pretty much any character up here at the top could really solo this game, if you could deploy them for every map. Granted, there are some, like Stefan, that, units that you get extremely late in the game, or Leiron, that you only get to use them for a few maps, but they require no investment and have as much impact as an extremely powerful unit that you've been working on all game. So these units being banned means you, 1, cannot deploy them if you have the choice to, And 2, if they are force deployed, you have to do your best to keep them out of combat, whether that be trading their items away or moving them onto spots of the map where they don't engage, during enemy turns or whatever. There's no hard and fast rule about it. Like the Black Knight, for instance, we'll probably have to use him in the chapter that him and Micaiah are force deployed together, being as they're the only 2 units, but we'll see how it goes. So basically at any point where you can choose to field these units, they are banned. You cannot choose them for they are too strong and kind of make the game homogeneous and warp it around them in ways that aren't really that interesting. Next up are the 3-cost units. These are the units that are probably going to be the most powerful ones at our disposal for various reasons. Ike, of course, being available for much of the later half of this game. Extremely good bases and growths. He has Ragnell. I'm not going to go through every unit in this list, but that's just kind of like an example of the power level that I'm seeing at this level. Renning and Soniki may not be quite here, but this tier was looking pretty slim without some choice decisions. So I decided to put a couple units up in here that maybe more aptly costed to 2.5, but based on how good that pretty much all these guys are out of the box, and they have some decent room to grow, some of them, that they're just basically cream of the crop for what we'll be able to play with. So we may deploy them, we may not. We'll have to get creative with how we choose our units. We'll see. Next up is the 2.5 cost list. Pretty much everyone in here, with the exception of Jill, is just, I guess in Kurthnaga as well, is pretty insane right as soon as you get them, right? Like they'll have immediate impact. For Joffrey and Lucia, you won't see them for 2 parts of the game, but they'll come back and still be extremely relevant. So there's a little bit of growth units in here. There's a little bit of strong like pre-promotes, but these units where we use them will be pretty much powerful at all stages of the game. For the 2-cost units and the 1.5, I guess, these are going to be mostly your units that if you take enough time to build around, they could kind of solo the game. You're going to see a lot of the Dawn Brigade here, a lot of the Grail Mercenaries here, all of the Heron Tribe are here as well. Basically, anytime you field someone in the 2-cost position, you're taking away one of your deployment slots. So like I was saying earlier, say if you have 11 deployment slots, you can slot in 5 2-cost and a 1-cost unit, for example. So they'll have some cost associated with them that, with the right amount of investment, won't be too hard to get out from underneath. There's some really good units here, for sure, and we'll definitely be using a lot of these as we go throughout the game. For the 1.5 costs, you've got characters, I think, that need a little bit more of a significant investment to really perform at a high enough level, or maybe their ceilings aren't quite as high as the other units. Like I said, this list is not perfect. I could see some of these 1.5s moving up to 2, or some of these 2s coming down to 1.5. But based on when you get them, how good they are, and how hard you need to work to make them really pay off, I tried to put everyone in the category that I thought best fit them. Also notably, you can see some of the lords of this game. So like the characters that are leaders of your army that are force deployed on pretty much every map that you have them available, like Ike, Alencia, Soth, Micaiah. They're going to have costs associated with them. So just right out of the gate, whenever we can choose what units to field as early as, like, I think the 4th chapter of the game, we're going to be seeing a lot of units hit the bench and stay on the bench because these units that we're force deploying have such a high cost already. Next we go down to the 1 cost. These characters are pretty unequivocally bad as far as end-game viability goes. Not to say that anyone watching this video hasn't taken, say, Leonardo to the end, but just for what you get out of him compared to the other units, he's just not as good, right? Like, he may hit the same ceilings, but because you have to dump a lot of bonus XP into him or feed him a lot of kills, he's just not going to be as good as, like, Rolf or Shinon probably by the time you combine your armies. So a lot of these 1-cost units, I mean, they take a lot to get up to the same levels as these higher tier units, or they just, never end up reaching them. So their deployment cost is equal to what it would be in a vanilla playthrough, 1 for 1. We'll probably be using quite a few of these guys to fill up some empty slots or to just pad out the total deployment cost. I may choose some of these guys to invest heavily into so that the burden, as far as we get into the end game, is just going to be alleviated a little bit because they only cost one to deploy. And then lastly, kind of no surprise here for your 0.5 cost units. All these units are terrible. I mean, they're just absolutely horrendous, save for maybe like, you could argue that Laura is not too bad at the point where you get her in the beginning of the game, because she's your only healing unit for quite some time. But, I mean, a lot of these units you could dump all your bonus XP into. I have on, like, easy and normal playthroughs, and they've done fine. But since we're going to be playing on hard mode, they're probably not going to make the cut, a lot of these guys. If they do, they're just going to come in and probably body block. We'll just recruit them as necessary, like Fiona or... Yeah, I'm not really sure what to say about these guys. They're really pretty terrible, all in all, but I'm sure we'll still use some of them, and who knows. We'll be playing on hard mode. It's not a mode I play through very frequently. I think I played through the game once on it, so maybe my opinion will change as time goes on, and I'll find that maybe Mist really is good if you dump a lot of experience into her, but I really doubt it. So basically that's it. That's the full list of all the characters and kind of what I expect for this game going forward. Like I said, I'm certainly open to revising this list. I may become critical of it as we start playing, or maybe as someone comments like, oh, I don't think this unit should be as low as they are or as high as they are. You know, I'm definitely open to moving things around as we go on. But this game is pretty hard to balance compared to, I would say, other RPGs, but also other Fire Emblem games. Because unlike any other game, this one has you changing armies so frequently that it's pretty hard to make like-for-like comparisons between different units. So I did my best. You know, is Zyhark really comparable to, say, Sigrun? Maybe. You know, it's you just do the best you can to kind of set a list like this up and say, okay, in totality, with their availability, what weapons they use, what skills they have, what's their bases, their growths, stuff like that. You just kind of make it, you know, as balanced as you can. So, you know, if you see someone on here that you're like, I don't think they're in the right spot, you know, just leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. I'm totally up to revising this list as needed. But I'm going to go ahead and probably just jump in and do at least one chapter, maybe the first couple chapters. Like I said, we're playing on hard mode. We're playing with permadeath. It's going to be probably a little bit more on the difficult side, especially with the added challenge of not being able to deploy the strongest units at any given moment. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll back myself into a corner at some point where I can't abide by these rules perfectly, or I need to shift things around or reset or something like that. But I'm hoping to get through the game start to finish in just one clean run. I'm sure we're going to lose quite a bit of units, but that's Fire Emblem for you. We'll go ahead and watch the intro. I actually started a run of this game a few weeks ago, and these cutscenes are still great. Like, they're awesome. I love this game's story.
I know I heard something.
Hush, Yune. Please don't cry. If they hear you, you'll give us away.
The voice acting's pretty bad at parts, but
Is it the Dawn Brigade?
No, it was just a bird.
Thought we didn't see you?
I remember this blowing my mind playing this when it came out originally on the Wii and seeing these cutscenes and voice acting and everything.
If it's the fortune teller, we'll be heroes. Without her, the Dawn Brigade is nothing.
Oh, the general's going to love this.
Sir.
Listen up, class. If you don't want to get hurt, don't struggle.
He's not alone.
The assassin light mage pairing is just so cool, right? I mean, I don't think that at this point in the franchise they've deviated from just like the general like sword lord unit. You know, I mean, you got Hector and whatnot and Fire Emblem 7, I guess Ephraim, but this is just completely different, you know.
Good job, Micaiah. Let's go.
Right. Unit!
Navasa. This opening map is pretty good, I think. Just like, if anyone played this game before playing Path of Radiance, or just never played Path of Radiance, like, I think this is kind of like the perfect, simple opener for somebody new to the series. Oh, that... We'll fix that text as soon as we load into the first map. Looking at what we've got available, I'm going to leave the deployment cost up right now, but I'm thinking that I'll probably just hide it when gameplay actually starts. But I do want to keep it up because it's kind of interesting, like if you're watching along to theory craft, what units to put together, stuff like that. Like I said, we're probably not going to be able to take advantage of it for the first couple chapters, so this is probably going to look like a very generic hard mode run right at the start. But we can already start to kind of plan for what army that we're going to want to put together at the opportunity where we can start to deploy and sit units. I was thinking of feeding some experience in these first couple maps to Leonardo, just because he has a 1 cost. And compared to the other members of the Dawn Brigade, like, he's the cheapest one available that can, you know, perform combat. So, besides like Meg, who probably won't get touched. I forgot how many enemies there were in the hard mode version of this map. There's like 8? Goodness gracious. But they're all axes, so not a big deal. We'll go map only. I do like the unit circles. I know everyone's not a fan of that, but I do like it a lot. Yeah, with this just being the first map, I mean, they're not going to throw anything at you that's really going to shock you. I'd be pretty surprised if anyone died. Nice crit. Save that one use of the Iron Sword right there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Edward can just double whoever on this map, so... I'm not a huge fan of these first couple turns. Like I was saying, like, it's not a bad intro, especially if you're new to the series, but any opener that has less than, like, 4 units is, you know, you don't have to think that hard. Probably just chip this guy. Leonardo shows up next turn, I'm pretty sure. Alright, he's just out of range, so we'll probably just play this pretty slow right here. I think I can... Nah, just one short of killing him. I think this should be fine. Oh, I forgot in hard mode, you can't look at their movement range. You can't put that up on the screen. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, the only way I can see this going bad is I didn't check their strength. But they've all been hitting for 6, so... And he moved in a way where he blocked the other guys, so we're good. Gotta be pretty methodical here this early in the game. It's really gonna help a lot to have Nolan in the first couple chapters with, you know, basically not being able to choose your deployment. He's gonna carry pretty hard and help get the rest of these guys up to speed. Man, bro, you gotta dodge a little bit. I'm pretty sure the boss doesn't move, but also I've not played on hard mode in a long time, so we'll have to check everyone repeatedly. Thank goodness your herbs have 10 uses. Never had to heal this much in the game. Yeah, see, he hit for 7 right there, so that could be kind of scary if we went all in. It's a good level. Edward's really not that bad. I've used him quite a few times. But he costs 2. Costs the same as Nolan, now that I think about it. Maybe Edward is a 1.5 is more fair, but we'll see. Yeah, see, you move, so... Sheesh, man. It's gonna have to vulnerary. I always have a hard time saying that. Just spam that. Nice cancel. That feeds the kill to Edward. Which I don't think I want. I think I want Leonardo to get it, so... Nice. Dodge when it doesn't matter anymore. I guess it did matter. No, never mind. These hit rates are kind of low too, like 80%. He'll get his skill pretty high pretty fast though, so. Get that speed up too. Good old Nico. Yeah, I bet Jared is going to be a menace at Part 1 endgame. Like, I have no idea what his stab block looks like, but I'm sure it's disgusting. I think your bonus XP is also reduced in hard mode. So, I'm not even sure if we'll have some tier 2 units at that point of the game. I'm sure we'll have at least one, but... Yeah, part 1 endgame is going to be pretty tough. I've got a lot of reinforcement spots as well. Yeah, 30 points. Very nice. The narrating is so good, too.
Tellius, the year 648, early summer.
Early
The
summer.
northeastern nation of Dain lost a bloody war with neighboring Crimea 3 years ago. Crimea,
This game,
however,
for this
abdicated its
point-buy
right
system,
to
would probably be
Dain
pretty good in Path of
and
Radiance.
passed sovereignty of its former enemy to the
I don't know as much about that game, though.
Empire.
I chose Radiant Dawn because it's just a game I know much more about, and I'm a lot more passionate about it. So, it's probably not the best one for this system, but we'll see how it goes. It could be pretty fun.
Benyan's occupation forces have gathered all Dain men of fighting age and put them to their work is brutal and void of purpose, designed to break both body and spirit. The remaining population faces poverty and starvation as the fields lie fallow. A band of young heroes has escaped the Benyan army
Sprites,
to
man.
form a group called the Dawn Brigade. Fighting for a free Dain, they alone have stood against Benyan's forces. They alone have shouldered
They probably could have got away with
of their
Leonardo
nation.
being a girl, now that I think about it. It's just a bunch of dudes.
Among the company is a young girl named Micaiah, who is said to possess mystical powers. The people of Dain have come to know her as the Silver-Haired Maiden. They have come to think of her as the savior for whom they had been waiting. Benyan's forces have tried time and again to capture and silence the Dawn Brigade. However, Micaiah's ability to sense impending danger has thus far allowed the Dawn Brigade to evade the Empire's grasp.
I thought it was always funny how they called this their camp. It's like the shoddiest, most rundown building of all time. So you couldn't like throw up some curtains or something? I do like how the sequel also makes Crimea kind of look like the bad guy. You know, like you have the beginning of this game, obviously, and I guess it's kind of Benyan's fault, but they do make Crimea like not look like the super pure and noble country that they were in the first game, especially in the second part of this game. Also, my boy Soth is on the trend. If you guys haven't seen him in Path of Radiance, he looks like he's 7 in that game. Yeah, Soth and Nolan definitely going to be doing a lot of the heavy lifting in the first few chapters here. I originally had a rule where the force deployed units would always just cost 1, but especially in the early game, you could just field all of your units still. The math didn't really math out where it was really that much harder. So I gave an associated cost with all the lords, even though they're always in. Made things a little bit more interesting. All right, let's just see Nolan. I love this guy. He might be one of my favorites in this game. Mostly because of that right there, but he's just cool. See how he compares to just a regular dude. Wow. He's like a little bit better. I mean, yes, his stats are a little bit better, But the steel axe is doing a lot of work here. God, their hit is so high. I just have to be really, really slow. What is... That's not too bad, actually. But doesn't, yeah, Leonardo comes with the Draco shield. I need to dump that on somebody pretty soon. So much more damage in the first chapter. Nice miss. Dude, I might just take Nolan again. I mean, I just love this guy. I mean, he's built like a mercenary, you know? Might just actually have him sit here. 17s and 16s. He can get away with not healing. Unless he misses. Oh, and he'd just be extremely safe. Turtle up these first couple chapters. Yeah, because he could get hit 3 times here. Get the conga line going. If this attack misses, no. I was gonna say, if that missed, I'm taking him 100%. Oh. I mean, Edward really isn't that bad when you look at it. He has so much speed. Pretty sure this guy has a javelin. Yeah. That's a little scary. I think Leonardo can take 1 hit. Yeah, because he has 5 defense. Yeah, you'll be fine. You're not even in range. 6. Yeah, you're still 1 out, so not bad. This might not be necessary. Might as well, though. Come on. It's not shaking out for me. What if I do this? Nice crit. Very nice. This axe. Hand axe is going to be goated. So no one's going to take... $13? Yeah, he's got to heal here. You don't have Micaiah heal him either. You almost get doubled by that bow. Okay, this isn't too bad. I can actually do something here. No. There's a hand axe, though. I definitely forgot about that. Oh no. Thank goodness. How lucky did we get? Crazy. 70% chance of death. I think... Yeah, if anyone dies, you have to... Oh, do you have to escape in 10 turns? I was not paying attention to that. Oh, there's no units down here in hard mode. Okay, we gotta start going. That steel sword would be really nice, but we may not be getting it. Okay. I didn't check exactly, but I think he only does 14 damage, so yeah, we're fine. Leveling her would be pretty good, I think. Nice. Not too bad. Any magic level ups we can get on her early on is going to help a lot. If they both hit him, even at max health, he is dead. So Edward's not going to be doing anything. I could just hand axe it with Nolan. I think I'm gonna have to leave this steel sword behind. I mean, he doesn't move, I'm pretty sure. So I could just do this, right? Surely this wouldn't hit twice. I've got plenty of turns, so I'm just gonna heal. Oh, he does move. That's rough. Just don't hand axe him. Nice. I was thinking for a second, like, he'd be pretty easy to cheese if he doesn't move. But I guess he only moves after you engage in combat once. I'm really surprised he didn't... I guess he didn't double because the steel sword is so heavy. Yeah, strength is only 7, so... If that was like an iron sword, Leonardo would be dead. Look at that hit on Nolan, by the way. With weapon triangle disadvantage? God, that's a good level. Oh. Try to click attack. Is there no weapon triangle disadvantage in hard mode? Literally did not know that. That is pretty crazy. I'm gonna feed this kill to Nolan. actually. Yeah. Could let Leonardo get a hit in. I may do that. Nice dodge. Not a bad level. Yeah, him getting his skill up, I think is gonna matter for some clutch chip damage. I think I'm gonna put Edward on the bench. So I really probably just want to give this to Nolan. He didn't get like any experience there. That probably wasn't worth it. Let me get... Nah, I should just go ahead. It's fine. I was thinking about sacrificing there again, but... who cares? Also, the cutscenes in this game, like from like the in-game graphics perspective, are so cool. Like they were pretty good in Path of Radiance too, but I think the scale of Radiant Dawn is just so much bigger. Moldy onions. This is what I'm going to be doing with Meg in about 2 chapters. Throwing her right in front to just get mowed down. You got the touch. You got the power. It's a miracle. No, it was sacrifice. I like how they capitalize it. It's a proper verb. Oh. Rip to those guys. I'd be interested to see, like, I don't think that one exists in the game, but like a cutscene or something like that, or like a dialogue of all the Dawn Brigade meeting. Because I don't think it's really like explicitly stated how they met. It's just they're all, you know, part of a resistance group that they formed, which is pretty cool, but I'd like to see how they met. Oh. There she is. Gotta help the abbot, who I don't think that we even ever see. I think that he literally never gets shown on screen. Laura. I mean, just being like the only unit that could heal besides Micaiah with sacrifice for like pretty much the entirety of the beginning of the game, she's going to be used. Pretty much in every map in part 1, she's going to be used. That being said, steel bow will be nice. Oh, he guards the chest in this one. The unit placement differences between normal mode and hard mode are pretty interesting. Let's see if there's any other weapons. Yeah, chest key, but that won't be needed, probably. Having a javelin is so annoying, dude. Just hitting for 20. Yeah. No one will handle it. So if there's no weapon triangle advantage, there's no disadvantage. Let's see. I do not have the vertical movement memorized. I think it's like 3 spaces or something. That's what's gonna suck, is trying to plan for vertical movement when I don't have that rule memorized in my head. Just gonna peek up here. Yeah. I mean, they'll probably just hunker down in the corner. We got no ranged here. Nice. Ooh. Yeah, he didn't really get any experience though. I need to maybe plan around that a little bit better. Surely he can't reach Micaiah. I think especially if I move him here, like him. The gall and the intrigue. I love some of the dialogue in this game, dude. Some of these guys are just goofballs, you know? Ooh, forgot about Wrath. Wrath strats, you know, that's probably what someone who's good at the game would do. Also, I thought this was... I think in normal mode, this might just be like a route map, but maybe not. I guess they can double team here. What is... Woof. Man, she is so slow. That is scary. I'm just gonna give this to Edward. Yeah, Wrath is gonna be a big deal, I think. But Leonardo's not doubled. He only gets hit for 13, so we'll have him go out here. Just spread some experience around a little bit. Thank goodness. We go where we please. Man, there's a There's a lot of units up in this room. Golly, dude. He's gonna help a lot. Debating on... I wish he started with a knife. Kind of moving him back, I think might be the move. Okay, so he can get there, so... There's no way this backfires. Nice dodge. Not a bad level. I guess Nolan could have missed there, and that would have been pretty catastrophic. But I feel like in hard mode, you're just gonna have to play around the lower hit percentages and stuff. I think Laura can stay here. This isn't. But I don't remember if units come up from these stairs or not. They don't. They don't in normal. Oh. Didn't even think about those guys potentially coming down from the ledge. Surely not. Surely not. They do, though. I really need to keep her back more. And Makai is pretty bad, honestly. And getting Thani helps a lot, like she's about to get it, but... Golly. I mean, she's gonna get doubled by 20 damage. That's 40 damage that she's not dodging. I don't think they move. If... Just in case they do. Let's get Soph back here. If you move 6, I'm gonna count that as, let's say, 4. Should be fine. Who's holding on to recovery? Leonardo can just barely take this hit. Just seeing what we're dealing with here. But they don't come down, which is fine. I guess you didn't have to use that. Oh well. No telling if those guys come down though, so... Okay. We're good. We're fine. We'll free XP. Could be doing that with Leonardo. That was kind of dumb. Nope. And he? No. That one's too big. I guess Soph can unequip. Do some sweaty strats. Yeah, there's gonna be like 15 XP. 14. Weapon level though, that's nice. From there. Oh, and the support. Pretty huge. I think it's like 2 damage. Yeah. I don't think Edward can kill. No. But Nolan can. And that's better than nothing. Bro, he's kind of just you. Well, I gotta send him down here anyway. I'll just kill him. I think there might be reinforcements. Okay. I was gonna say in the top left at some point. Yeah, Thawing's a pretty big deal. She might be able to kill him in one hit. I'm not sure. Might be pretty close. All right. Yeah, Edward's hitting for like 77. I think. These hit rates are pretty rough early on. If I was smart, I could have moved Leonardo there. Huh. Yeah, a little too late for that. Like I said, I don't think those guys move. Man, steel bow is going to be nice. Yeah, that's almost the damage I would need. Weapons are running out of uses. Wow, already down to 25. That's... oh, okay, we're fine. That one guy would have died on him. That would have been 9 plus 9 more. Yeah. That would have been lethal. I think this is not a problem. I think I can kind of take my time. Because I really want... I think that's a renewal. I like this strat I got cooked up. Because I don't... I mean, they might be able to try. I guess he is potentially doubling her. Huh. Might be bad. Ugh. This might not be good. I'm just gonna let it ride though. I got really scared for a second. I thought I didn't do math. Yeah. Cannot lose Nolan. Here we go. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, it wasn't lethal. So it really wasn't that lucky. Oh no. Dang. That really did not need to miss. He can't reach, but maybe there. And I... see, I'm really not sure if he moves. Wishful thinking right there. No. If that would have been enough, I would have felt a lot better. Edward can hit him, though. Just go for it. What's the worst that could happen? See, if I knew he couldn't walk up there, I would walk up and start chipping. Oh, better lucky than good. Nice. I forgot he would get vacuumed as well. Yeah, using Soph properly is going to be a big deal. Really like the animation for Thani as well. I don't think I'm taking Edward, so you gotta remember this is a point buy run. It's really not a lot of XP though. He only got 25. He's like a higher level. I don't want to start attacking him because I don't know how his AI works. If he'll start moving then. Nice. Really, it shouldn't matter. Yeah. Basically one-shot him. Okay. We can do this. Nice. Pretty bad level. Hey, I didn't know that was an energy drop. That's pretty dope. The real question is the level on her worth the heal staff usage? And I think the answer is yes. 40 uses is a lot. And we get a mend at some point. May have to buy that, but I mean, just to get the staff levels up as well, so she can use restore later. Alright. Plus, I'm not really sure you get bonus XP this early based on clear speed. Could be wrong on that. So he would kill villagers to get to the Dawn Brigade, but he won't kill Micaiah, which never made sense to me. Also, I think I did get a turn bonus, but it's 15 experience. I remember this map giving me some trouble in hard mode. The way that they deploy Aaron is just so difficult to get to in this map. At least from what I remember. Ileana. Originally I had Ileana as 1.5, and it just didn't make sense to put her that high. So I think her and Tormod both got moved down. Tormod's gonna be really good. when we get him. But his availability sucks. Pretty much no Sage, except for maybe Soren in this game, do you get enough time with. But Soren costs 2, Tormod costs 1. Who's this mysterious fellow? I also like the hinting there. Yeah, like Laura needs to talk to Aaron. Oh, man. So many units. I think you game over if they get hit. I mean, Kurth is not dying, obviously. I think if Amy dies... Yeah, any ally, which... I don't know if it counts for them. I don't know. This video is already over an hour, so this is probably a good stopping point for this one. I'll pick it up here again next time. Unfortunately, we didn't get to do any of the actual deployment choosing and the point buying and stuff, but maybe for the next video. Hopefully I got some people's interest, and we'll see where it goes. Thanks.